What's going on, YouTube? This is Andrew back with another video. I haven't been recording my PSD phase because it's been pretty much the same thing every day, just doing backing and pre-trip, so it'd be pretty much the same video as already posted. I figured that would get boring. But I did post on my community page if anybody had any questions, and I would give some answers to. I had a few people ask questions, and I will answer them, along with maybe a couple other questions that wasn't asked that you guys might want to know the answers to. So I'll be doing that next. Let's get into the question and answers. I got a couple questions, like I said. I got them right here on my card, so I'll be looking down at that. I got a question from T. Ross. Did you request to do your PSD training at the terminal? And is that even an option? Well, the PSD training is specifically for people that do not have their CDL. You're basically going to Prime CDL school to get your CDL. And it does cost, well, it doesn't cost you any money, but it does. They do charge $4,500 for the schooling, but as long as you fulfill your year contract with them, they don't charge you. But you do have to commit to a year of Prime, or they will charge you that $4,500. As far as terminal, you don't get to choose the terminal you go to. They have 3 terminals that they do this out of, which is Salt Lake City, Utah, Pittston, PA, and Springfield, Missouri. It all depends on what terminal you're closer to. I'm from Kentucky, so I was closer to Springfield, so that's where they sent me. Which is Springfield is their home headquarters. So if you live near Springfield, you're better off coming to Springfield because it's newer. They got a lot more amenities, better hotel, better food. So yeah, you don't get to choose where you go. It all depends on your logistics and where you live. Another question I got from the Redneck. Did Prime pay for your DOT physical, or did I have to? Well, I didn't know that Prime paid for the DOT physical, so I went ahead and got my own physical, which costed me like $100. But Prime will pay for your physical, and they will pay for your drug test, and you do have to take both before they'll even bring you down. So you have to pay, or you have to pass your DOT physical, and you have to pass your drug test. And they will pay for them. They have companies that they have accounts with. You'll just go to whatever company they send you to and tell them you're there for a DOT physical and drug test for Prime. Prime will email you a piece of paper, and you just show that piece of paper to them, and they'll do the rest. So they do pay for it, so you don't have to do that. And there were the only 2 questions I got on my page, but some of the other questions you might be interested in is like what? You do get, they will pay for your, Prime will pay for your bus ticket to go to wherever terminal you're at, whatever terminal you're closer to. And like I guess it depends on how far. My bus ticket was $160 something. Now, if you choose to fly here or rent a car here, they will reimburse you up to the price of the bus ticket. So, for example, my bus ticket was $179. If I would have flew here and it cost me $200 or $300 to fly here, I would only get reimbursed at $160. Same with car rental. Car rental costs you $300 or $400 to get here. You're only going to get reimbursed for that $160 dollars or whatever your bus ticket. I mean, your bus ticket could be more than that. Depends on where you're from. You do have the option to drive here, and they will reimburse your gas up to the price of the bus ticket. They do have long-term parking, which I didn't know. You do have to get permission for the long-term parking, and you have to get your vehicle tagged for the long-term parking, or they will tow it. So if you're going through PSD, you could drive your vehicle here, apply for the long-term parking, get your CDL, and then see if they will let you drive back to your state to change your license over, and then meet with your trainer somewhere in your state. But if you don't, if you take the bus here, or drive, rent a car, or fly during the PSD phase, you will go through PSD training. They say for 14 days from day of your orientation, or the day you're finished with your orientation, so 14 days after that you're allowed testing. So we finished on a Wednesday. I got my PSD trainer on Thursday, so 14 days from that would be next Thursday. So I'll be training, or I will be testing out this upcoming Thursday. So it had been 14 days from my orientation. And once you get done with orientation, if you pass everything, if you do what they call a trifecta, which is you pass all three parts at one time, Prime will give you a $250 bonus for that. So it is worth trying to get it all done at one time and getting that free $250. And then once you get that, you may, it depends on your weight and stuff like that, you may have to do a sleep study. Prime does have a sleep study here. If your BMI is over a certain amount, or if your neck size is over a certain amount, they will make you do a sleep study. And if you do have sleep apnea, you will have to get a CPAP, and you'll be regulated to use that every day on the truck. And they do monitor that. So you have to be in DOT compliance with that, or they will not let you drive. I did, since I had insurance, I did my sleep study before I came, so it didn't cost me anything. I don't think Prime charges you for the sleep study, and I do have my CPAP already, so I'm hoping that I can just give them my sleep study results and tell them that I have my CPAP, and I'll be ready to go. And then you'll get hooked up with your TNT trainer, which they try to find a TNT trainer in your hometown. And then once they do, you'll go on his truck. You may do a load or something, depending on what he has going on. And then he'll take you through to your town. You have 15 days from the time you pass your CDL to get back to your home state to transfer your license to a CDL. And then after that, I'm sure your TNT trainer will meet you somewhere, pick you up, and then you'll be with him for the 50,000 miles. And then once you get it, depending on what seat you get, if you're PSD like I am, you're most likely going to come in as a D seat. That means you're required to do 50,000 miles in a trainer truck, and you will get paid $700 a week for that, for the first 40,000 miles, and then from 40,001 miles on to 50 and beyond, you will get paid $800 a week, which is really not bad for the training. So if you have any more questions or comments or whatever, you can list that below. And I check all the comments. I read all the comments you guys sent. And I'll be sure to answer them. Be sure to give a like. It does help with the algorithm, and it does help get my channel promoted more. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. It does help me get my channel up off the ground. And I want to appreciate everybody that has subscribed in the last 2-3 weeks. That has been great. I appreciate you guys a lot. And thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, to share, all that good stuff. And keep it safe out there. Until next time, keep on trucking.